No, I've been trying to find a Porsche Cayenne GTS uh, for a while now, and the problem is they're not hard to find at the dealership new, but I like a deal, and it's funny because a couple of little dilemmas I've run into in search for this car are very relevant to some of the lessons I've kind of taught you guys or told you about in my experiences buying real estate. Number one is, no values, right? And when you know it, the first Porsche Cayenne that I found a GTS, 34,000 miles, a little bit more miles than I wanted, but it was a 15 or a 16, and it had carbon fiber and all kinds of cool little extras. Had the Sports Plus, which is kind of and a Sports Chrono package. Anyhow, they have these different packages. Raises and lowers the car, makes it more sporty. Thing was super fast, dude. 440 horsepower. When I took my son for a ride, and it just made him smile ear to ear. I almost bought it for that reason. But anyhow, I didn't. I just was getting in the game looking, and this is a good thing, but it's still kind of a pisser. But that first one I looked at, they wanted 58,000 for it, and I didn't know what a good deal was, right? And so, but I dug in and I took it. I drove it that day. I liked it a lot, and it even had tan interior, which I'm big on white with tan interior. And so, anyhow, long story short, it was a hell of a deal. And I called them back the next day and I said, man, hey, how about 50 out the door? And they said, no, man, we can't do it. And then I called back the next day and I said, man, let's make a deal. They go, we just sold it. And I'm like, ah. Oh. And then since then, I've looked at probably 10 or more cars in the last several months, and it was a great deal, but I didn't know it. And that's why I get to you guys or try to stress the importance of you got to get in and know values, because if you know a good deal, when you see one, you can strike and buy it. And that's what I'm really good at in real estate. And I'm going to be pretty good at it on cars here pretty soon. So there's a couple of things I want to tell you about, though, in this story, in my pursuit, that are all kind of relative. So that first one was I didn't know a good deal when I saw it, and it's just because I got into the market. It just started looking, and that's going to happen to you sometimes. So, but you start looking now, and then when the opportunity comes, you will know a good deal when you see it. So anyhow, so now I'm looking, and I've been ever since then. I keep kicking myself, and every time I see, I can buy one for 78,000 or 85,000, and that isn't exactly what I wanted. Maybe it's got black interior and it's a decent deal, but it's not a good enough deal, and it's not near as good a deal as I could have had if I bought that first one that I'd run into. But but I always look, I keep looking, and then whenever I get ready to sell a piece of real estate, I just closed this deal the other day, and it was one that was all paid for. I got 390,000 for it, or 395 I sold it for, but netted a check of about 370. Now, like I tell you, don't take your money that you make and piss it away on a consumptive item. Everything you should buy, you want to think like an investor. Everything you buy, you should be able to make money on. And that's how I feel about even this car. I want to buy a car that I can buy, and that if I don't like it in a year, I can resell it. And it's not that I can't afford it. And in all honesty, I'm probably wasting more time than I should, but I'm having fun with my son, too, looking for it. We enjoy looking at cars and figuring out the differences. And we've been driving in some really fast, cool cars and deciding what I want. I know that's what I want. I just haven't found it yet. Anyhow, back to my point. So I've been looking, and today we drove about 40 miles out of town to go look at a car. It was a Cayenne SE. The E, it's got, somehow they call it, it's got an electric engine in it. I mean, electric motor it'll only take you 20 miles if you're out of gas. Like, we went out there to okay, take this off our list. And these guys just got, you'd be surprised how fast the Cayenne S is. So anyhow, this white Cayenne GTS, me he bought for his wife that he can sell me. Sounds like it might be perfect, and he's a car dealer, so I'm sure he stole it, whatever when he bought the one that he bought. So, and I pardon for the interruption. Looks like we got a terrible connection, but maybe not. No one in place. But so anyhow, so this is kind of the other lesson I was getting at is one, you got to know value, so you see a deal when you got it, and two is by continually looking, you will make more connections and you will find another deal, because I think I did find another deal now, and I'll probably get everything that I want, because I want, like I said, I want white and tan, so I'll probably get that now. Now the other thing I was going to get at is, I've got a bunch of cash in my bank account right now, and I'm not going to spend it on this car. I would have bought the car with whether this thing sold or not. But my point is about rewarding yourself. It'd be real easy for me to say, hell with it, I'll just go buy a brand new one, pay $140,000, get exactly what I want. But in all honesty, I'm having a lot of good father-son times here, looking for what it's a deal, and I'm still getting a lesson to him about finding a deal and how it is. So, but what I was going to get at is try not to reward myself. I always say you shouldn't buy a car. Look, everybody's going to have good car, good transportation. But my other point I was trying to make, and I'm almost to my destination here, and was don't reward yourself too much. Like I said, I've got this cash sitting there. I could go pay cash. I could go get a brand new one for 140 and have everything I want in it. But I'm enjoying myself in the search because I'm having fun with my son. It puts a smile on his face. We're driving a lot of different new cars and stuff. But the temptation is there. Oh man, I made a lot of money on this. It more than pays for the whole car. I can just go pay cash for a new car. But I don't want to burn up my I know what I can do with that. And like I said, remember the lake house I bought, right? Paid $80,000 for a lake house. I don't want to pay more for a car than I'm going to pay for a house. And I'm going to make more than $100,000 or $150,000 on that lake house, maybe 200. So that's why I say don't reward yourself too much. Until you've got tens of millions, you really should probably kind of restrain. Keep a vehicle under 50,000 until you really have several million or something like that, because every 100,000, every couple 100,000, but it's not so significant to me. But it is in as much as I know. So, anyways, do a deal when you see one by getting your knowledge base. Don't reward yourself much when you do make money, and because that money is a tool, and whatever the other one was, I can't remember now. Oh yeah, just keep looking, and you will find another deal. That's a given. So anyhow, I apologize for the bad connection, but you guys have a great night. Going to my destination, and wanted to share that with you. And next time, maybe an environment where I got a good connection. And I'll catch you later. Thanks. Bye. Let's see. Actually, maybe I can take a question here. What do we got here? All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Bye.